I don't see any sign of brake fluid coming out of any of the wheels, but we put brake fluid in the last time and I got a little bit of pressure, but not much. I was in a hurry to get it home from where my grandfather was to take it to a parade. Now the master cylinder is completely empty. So I need to start. What I'm doing basically is I'm starting from scratch with it. I want to make sure that all of the ignition, the coil, the distributor, the carburetor, everything like that is good. It was good the last time it ran. I just want to make sure that it's in top-notch shape. I want to wire up the lights correctly. It does have these cow lights right here. I want to make sure that here's the wiring for them, but it's one single wire, so I don't know how to test that. I don't know. So here's the where the harness is. It needs to be cleaned up and everything. You know what I just realized I did? I took a whole bunch of wires off and I chunked them in the trash. And all of the wires that went to that wiring harness I put in the trash. So I'm gonna have to go dig those out of the trash here in a minute. I need to replace this. It's the negative ground strap. It's crap, so I'm gonna replace that. The previous owner, before my grandfather bought it, put a motorized fuel pump on it. I took it off. Like I said, I want it to be original, and we all know that it was gravity fed. So I'm going to continue to let it be gravity fed. I've got the sediment bowl here. There's a little bit of crap in there, but I'm not ready for that yet. That's not high on my priority list right now. Getting everything wired is making sure that the brake lights work, making sure the headlights work. They also wired in an oil pressure switch, or an oil pressure gauge, and a water temperature gauge. I'm taking those out. I know that some of you guys would probably say you need to leave that stuff on there, but again, I want the car to be original. I know that it's lost its originality because of the converting it to 12 volt and the hydraulic brakes, but I want it to be as original as possible, and I think hydraulic brakes are a little bit better than mechanical brakes. I could take the time to convert it back to 6 volt, but as much time as I'm fixing to spend rewiring the whole thing, I think that I'm going to just leave it 12 volt. The lights will be a little brighter, and I mean, that's about it. So now I have to dig through the trash and find the wires that I threw away. Stupid me. So anyway, so that's where I am with the car. I have not started it in, gosh, last time I used it was the Jamboree Car Show in 2017. So October of last year was the last time it ran. And when I was driving it back from the car show, it died on me and couldn't figure out why. I think the battery went dead and our alternator wasn't charging it, and so it was not, the coil had lost power. Anyway, and another problem, I don't know if you can tell, but this pulley on this alternator is really small, and this belt is really big. Now, the alternator will spin on this belt, but I'm not too comfortable with that. So I am going to find a pulley or find another alternator. And every Model A that I've watched on YouTube or whatever, all of them have had different kind of wheels. Check out those wheels. So I'm gonna have to get one of those universal joint adapters to get these wheels off, because I want to look at the pads and the wheel cylinders. So anyway, so that's where I am with that. I've been watching, there's my son. I've been watching Jack Baum, I think his name is Jack Baum. Anyway, I think he's like the president of a Model A club, and he owns a bunch of Model A's. So Jack, if you happen to catch this video, give me some pointers on where I should start and what I should do. My biggest concern right now is the wiring. Everything else I can get. The wiring is what I want done the right way. So Jack, if you are watching, I would mucho appreciate any input on the wiring for the headlights, the horn, the brake lights, and the switch at the bottom of the steering column. And what would you recommend for putting the pedal thing for the starter back? So anyway, I've been working on it. It's not one of those projects where I'm in a hurry to get it done. It's just gonna be as I have time, and usually Mondays are my day off, so I spend time doing that. Everybody's asking me if I'm gonna, the next car show is in October at the Jamboree, and I don't think it's gonna be ready in time for that. It needs some paint. It needs to be cleaned up. I need to go through all the fluids. I would like to take the oil pan off and clean it, put a new gasket on it, check the differential fluid, the transmission fluid, put new fluid in that, and get the brakes working good. So anyway, that's all I got for now. Just leave me a comment. You can ask me a question. I may not know it because I'm fairly new to these Model A's. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. You know, consider subscribing, because there's going to be more content for the Model A and our church bus and just whatever I've got going on. So that's all I got. We'll catch you guys in the next one.